Hello, this is Jew. Hey, has this ever happened to you? You're traveling to a different country and you're trying to plug in, let's say, a hairdryer, and the plug looks a lot different than what you're used to in the US. And this is because different countries have different standards with regards to the design of their power outlets. And these are the typical types you might see. You see the type A and B that you would see in the US, but what about all these others? C, D, E, etc. Where do these types belong? Well, here's a map showing the various countries and the different type of plug outlets they may use. And so if you're traveling to any one of these countries, you should be aware of which plug or plug adapter you'll need to take with you. But if you're lucky, you might actually stay at a hotel that provides the standard A or B type outlets that we're used to here in the US. In this case, they even provide a type G and F outlets for other foreign travelers, and even USB outlets for your convenience. But what if you stay at a place that only has the local plug outlet type? And this is where plug adapters come in handy. Now here you can see I have a whole bunch of different type of plug adapters from type L, H, B, even N. And each one of these can be plugged into their corresponding outlet in the foreign country, and you could plug in your standard US type A or B plug outlets directly into those. Here you can see me plug in a type EF adapter into the wall. And then I could just take my standard type A plug and plug it directly into the adapter to get power. Here I'm using the type G adapter and plugging in my standard US plug into that. But in many cases you can get adapters that not only can utilize the US plug, but you could also plug in other foreign types into those adapters. Like here I'm plugging in the type L adapter and then going ahead and plugging in my US plug into that, and it all works out. But you could also purchase more universal plug adapters that have many different types in one package, as you can see here. This one can convert into many different types. Here you see type L, and then type G, and even type I. And each one of these will work with different types of plugs, not only your US plug, but you could also plug in other foreign types into the adapter. And this one even includes USB plugs, which you can use for phones or other devices. Now I do want to note that these plug adapters don't actually convert voltages. Now in the US, we typically use the standard 110 or 120 volt outlets. But in many foreign countries, they use like 220 or 240 volts as their standard voltage for their outlets. And this may not be compatible with all your electronic devices. And therefore, you really need to check before you travel what your device can handle. In most cases, like cellular phones, laptops, iPads, do use plugs that could actually utilize not only the 110 volts but also the 220 or 240 volt from a foreign country, and they will work interchangeably. But other electronic devices such as hair dryers or let's say electronic mixers, they may only utilize or run with the standard 110 or 120 volt outlet, and therefore you will need to also purchase what's called a transformer to transform the voltage from the lower 110 to the higher 220 or 240 volts for that foreign country. So if you're going to utilize those electronic devices, you should also purchase a small transformer that will transform the voltage. And there you go. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, please hit that like button at the bottom of the screen, and even consider subscribing to my channel. I have many more videos to come. Bye-bye.